Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm finally able to do it in front of my bookshelf, or one of them anyways. I'm going to do my weekly wrap up. If you hear any noises in the background, my neighbor is doing something. So yeah, let me know how this audio works. I'm doing it on my phone this time. So the first book I finished was Riding the Storm by Brenda Jackson. I think it's number 5. Let's see. Yeah, number 5 in the Westmoreland series. You can sort of see it there. I gave it a 3. Unfortunately, okay, they knew each other growing up. Her dad was his boss. He's a firefighter, so her dad was the fire chief. He's now a fire chief. Her dad has passed away, but she was always off limits to him in his mind. So they both had crushes on each other. Whatever, it is what it is. But they're both in Atlanta? No, they live in Atlanta. They're in New Orleans. And they both are in different conferences. And sorry, I've got 3 cats here and 1 cat over there. But they're both at different conferences and they meet up and things happen. The problem I had with this book was every time they were together, that's all they did was have sex. They didn't really have conversations. They didn't have any progression with romance. Like, I mean, they did, but it was just all sex. I mean, I don't mind sex in books, but I like my books with a little bit more plot. So, there was that. The second book I finished was it Dark Matter? Yeah, it was. So, it was Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. I gave this a 5. I didn't kind of like the ending, but I can understand why it happened. I would say go into this not knowing a whole lot. Let's see what I can say. It starts off with a man and, well, family. Husband, wife, and their son. And they are doing like a family night. They always have a family night once a week. And, to talk, to do whatever. But his former roommate just received this major award, and the party for it or celebration was that night. And he just made a passing comment to his wife about it, and she said, just go. Like, just take 45 minutes, go, we'll be here when you get back. So he goes, and he gets kidnapped when he leaves. And the story goes from there. I can understand why the cover is like this. It's wild. Definitely a 5 though. So the next book I finished was Haunting Violet by Alexandra Harvey, and I gave it a 4. It is book 1 in the Haunting Violet series. I know it's hard to see. It is historical. It happens in 1862, I think it starts. So it starts off when she's 8 years old, and she's a pickpocket, and her mom is a charlatan. She pretends to see ghosts and puts on this show so that she could have money, essentially. She calls herself a widow, but she's a really not nice person. So then that's the prologue. It fast forward 8 years. So she's 16 now. Violet is 16. And they do this seance, whatever. And they get invited to this major Lord's house? Lord Duke, I forget. And, things progress from there. But when she gets there, she starts seeing ghosts. The 16-year-old, Violet. And she thought ghosts were fake. Her mom's a charlatan. They don't do that, I'm not getting this out. She doesn't believe in ghosts because she thinks all of it is Think. And then when she starts seeing ghosts, she's scared of it. She wants nothing to do with it. And she has this one boy that has been with the family for years, but he's kind of like his mother died when he was little, so he kind of left Ireland and came to be with her. Not quite sure how they met, if it was just on the streets as a pickpocket. I think that's how it was. So he stands by her like he's kind of her protector. And it's really cute. There is a little bit of a romance, but I wish it was she was 18 instead of 16. But nothing you can do about that. And then I finished Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Aliri-Sans. And the majority of this book, I hate read it. Just because I did not like Ari as a character. He was always down on himself. He was always putting himself. He was melancholy. He was a smart aleck, but you know, so am I. I can be a real smart ass if I want to be. And yeah, I can. I like Dante. Dante he tries too hard to be everybody's friend, and yet he's got no friends. If that makes sense. He's non-judgmental, whereas Ari judges everything and everybody, and he's angry, and he's mean, and he's just And then the last 2 chapters happened, and I gave it a 4 because of it. It explains a lot, but yeah, I was expecting way more of the LGBTQ in this book than there was. I'm going to leave it at that. But I was going into this as a totally different type of book. And yeah, so I think for that reason it wasn't a 5-star. And the fact that, I was angry throughout the most of it because of Ari. So that is what I finished this week. Oh, sorry, my back hurts. What I did start was, I started, let's see if I can, there it is. Desires of the Dead by Kimberly Durteen. It's book 2 in the Bookfinder series. You can, there we go. I'm not liking it too much. This young girl, she's 16, she finds dead bodies, which means that she can, if she goes into like a vicinity, she can actually sense a dead body, and then once she senses that dead body, she has to find out who murdered her, that person, or else she is not at rest. She's anxious and can't sleep. She's got this thing in her head that is forcing her to try and find what happened to this body and to put them at rest. Get people to find the body, and then if they were murdered, investigate the murder and find the murderer, bury the body, and if it's an animal, then she has to bury it, or else she will not settle down. This one, I can't remember a whole lot of the first one, like the specifics. But this one, her best friend Chelsea is annoying as hell. She's abrasive, she's rude, and I seen a review about this book, saying that she's mean to her best friend. And from what I've seen of her best friend, I would be too. She comes to pick her up and lays on the horn, to the point where she's about to piss off her parents and the neighbors. She's doing stuff to get her in trouble. And I can't even remember her name. I just read some of it last night. What's her name? Come on. Yeah, Paula. Violet. Oh my god, wow, I knew that. Violet is the girl in here. Yeah, 2 back-to-back books of Violet. So I don't know. I will read it because it's for a challenge, but and I don't DNF books. I've only DNF'd one book, and I want to go back and read it, but I can't find it. I can't remember the name of it. Whatever. So, yeah, I'm not liking how she's treating her friends, and she's starting to go off by herself into dangerous situations, and it's one of those. So I also, I have to do this on my tablet because I'm on my phone. There we go. So the other book that I have started is Death de Jour by Kathy Reichs. She is a forensic anthropologist. No, sorry, that's Kathy Reichs. It's the show Bones is based on this, and I never watched Bones, but she is director of forensic anthropology, Dr. Temperance Brennan, and they call her Temp. In this one, she's trying to locate. I'm not very far in. I'm like 2 chapters. She's trying to locate these nuns in a former convent. Their bones. They were buried. She was buried there. And they're trying to find her bones, and they're not where they were supposed to be. They do find them, though. And that's all in the first chapter. I don't know. And then she's on a week holiday. Or not a week holiday, but a week just to work on finding these bones and get them, whatever, investigated so that this nun could become a saint. Something like that. And then she gets called, the very next day she gets called into a massive fire where bodies have been found. That's as far as I've gotten so far. Yeah, so I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I've heard complaints about this, that it's Kathy Reichs doesn't give out details that the characters know. Something like that. So, also I will be starting, well, I just read the first, page. But I will be starting Emerald Green by Kirsten Gier. It's book 3 in the Edelstein trilogy. Something Stone. Not sure, but it's translated. It's about a time travel. So you can go back and, but it has to do with these stones. I want to get this book finished. It's been on my TBR for I don't know how long, and I've tried reading it twice this last year, and just have not been in the mood for it. So I also will be starting, I think this is the one I read the first page. I read the first couple pages of Emerald Green the last time I tried to read it. And this one has just, I read the first 2 pages, and it's kind of being told as if it's a screenplay. But this is my first Raleigh Sager, and it's Survive the Night. The only thing I know about it is a girl and a guy find a road trip companion from her university or college, whatever, board, and they're going home to Ohio, and apparently there's a serial killer on the loose, and she thinks he is it. That's all I know about it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I want a good scare, and I've heard he's really good. So that is it. These books are all the Harlequins my mom has given me, mine as well as these. But my mom has given me, nope, that's gonna fall over. I'm not touching it. A bunch of Blaze novels. So if you want me to do a haul of the Blaze novels that she gave me, I will do it. Let me know in the comments below. Yeah, she read one and she gave this box of them. And she said, yeah, I read one and I didn't like them. And she didn't tell me what they were. And I kind of looked at her and said, they're Blaze, right? She said, yeah. So I started laughing because my mom is not one for explicit content. Like, she can read Harlequins, but when they get to be like the Blaze kind and 50 Shades of Grey stuff, no, she doesn't read that stuff. So yeah. If you can hear breathing, that's my other cat. But here's Apollo again. Yeah. He's wanting me to go in my room to work because he loves sitting on the chair with me. So that's what I'm going to go and do now. Time to go to work. I have started back on my other channel, but I haven't really done anything except for my Racoma rant. I want to try and start doing work with me videos. It's just a matter of getting things set up and no more interruptions. Difficult. Anyways, I will talk to you later. Hope everybody has a wonderful day, and I will see you later. Bye.